So just to be clear, the name of the game today is to get on top of the red zone above. I don't care how long it takes. It could take a long time. You know, it should take longer than the time that most people have. Or else most people could be in for it. We can see that where we pulled back to is like this low. It had a lower low, and now where we are is back at that first low, which is very similar to how we worked the other side of this range. We have three extremes on either side, and the middle one's the farthest. And when we do that, it undeniably creates this sort of expanding wedge into contracting wedge, but obviously where we are is inside of the green zone. Any stops that are dragged anywhere inside of this range are asking to get knocked out, because they can never use the range again so long as you keep your stop inside of it. Never a good deal. We also have to remember that this movement from yesterday has never happened. It does not mean it won't. Like I said, I don't care when it gets on top of that high. There's a risk that we have to come back to it. Now, a lot of people aren't going to be putting in fibs from here to here, but there's a good excuse to make a 61, could even be a 78, 74% retracement when we get there. So having that rocket up and literally come right back to where we are right now, not too difficult. If you see these fibs here, this is quite remarkable when I see this. What we could do is turn it around and do it on the top too, okay? Because what does that do? It highlights the crap out of this gold bar again, and they love doing that. But you see how these levels down here are associated with getting us back to that gold bar? Well, man, we got levels up here that could literally send us right back to that. And what's funny to me is when we do that and we go all the way up there and reverse, it's like doing a 61% retracement. If I take it all off, that would be the 61 right there. So pulling back to that point in the future from that high is like doing a 61. That is this movement right here. Basically, that's the same thing. That's the idea, that we make a giant pullback in the future that basically it's the green zone and goes back to the red. Because I find it very likely that when we get to that point down there, what it will be is like hitting the POC. So they've already put a platform on there for it to hit. This giant chunk right here is going to be where the 61 is. Like the 61 is right there, and that's where that giant chunk is. So they know getting it into that chunk and slapping everyone on the head in here, because that's where, you know, once we do that, we get all of these people out again. Anybody that's trying to hold from there, they get stomped out, right? And that's the idea. So, and here we are at the VWAP. This is the VWAP that we've always never been able to do anything more than a spike out of the top of. I think that changes today. And whatever we do below that VWAP, we could do above it. When's the last time we did that? You know what I mean? I mean, this VWAP has been severely neglected to the upside. Like, I think that the red zone will be harmed, and everybody that's been holding from the red zone that thinks it's been easy and holding, they're holding beneath a B point. Like, look at these giant arrows up here. You know, they are not to be brushed under the table. That is a B point that's long forgotten by many people, and it's sat in there staring at us every single day. It's been the only B point on the chart all day. What we're gonna do is come back to the red zone from above, like really close to now would be okay, and then leaping through the red zone to actually hit these other highs is really important. Don't forget about the B point up top. Up top at the B point is also the VWAP band that goes to the VWAP here as well. So I'll tell you one thing, we did manage to make the third consecutive high. Coming back to the first of the three highs, what about that? Like, what if we do that? I'll tell you one thing too. We made this head and shoulders fail miserably. Could we come back to the first of the three highs at some point in the future? It doesn't have to be now. Could be after hours, could be at the close, could be on the inbounds. But at the end of the day, if I had a time machine, there's nothing I would change about today. It'd be a waste of my time to go back in time. I would lose the rest of my day today wasting time in the past telling you guys the same, because I wouldn't change a thing about it. There's no better plan you could have, no better way you can trade, no better thing you could think, no better state of mind to be in. than to have the serious clarity that I like to bring to the table. Serious clarity. This is where all those arrows are. Basically, when we first saw it, it was like this, you know, and we were getting ready to break the red yellow line. We knew that when we broke the red yellow line, we would return to the B point. The B point's just been filled, and now with that B point being hit, we can move it down to here. That's now a B point, and like literally it's testing it right now, like it's listening. This is the green zone that we've been at for many days. What we were talking about was it coming back, did this. Did this. This. But most importantly, did that. It's all just part of a pullback to overlap the people that bought in the middle, that bought above the triangle, that bought near the VWAP, that bought late, that didn't see the value in the break of the trend, that didn't see the value in coming back up to the green zone, that didn't see the value in catching any pullbacks, or being exposed to the break of the red zone from the high, the smash from above, which we sure did. I mean, it came from this white box to go to the green zone.